Hey guys, what's up? This is gonna be the Argentina versus France post-match reaction. A great game, wonderful game. I'm being a little bit quiet because I'm recording this outside and maybe people are sleeping nearby at their homes. Um, but a beautiful game to watch. 4-3. France were the better team throughout the game. They started off much better. They could have scored a couple of goals. Mbappe, what a player, what a runner, what speed, what pace, what finishing, and what strength as well, physical strength to overcome all those Argentinian defenders as they weren't even there. And France really, they scored their first goal. They knew they were better. They had the upper hand, and they sort of relaxed. That's what they've done in the group games as well. They've gone ahead, and they've just sort of been like, oh well, we're going to just win it pretty easy from here on. And they've relaxed, and it's worked in the group stages, but they're playing Argentina. And Di Maria came up with a brilliant goal, followed by a kind of a clever goal with a sort of lucky Messi assist as well, because he was just trying to shoot straight on goal and keeper would have saved it. Um, and France really, I mean, even though Argentina many times had more possession, France really were the one who were more effective with their possession, whereas Argentina was just really passing around. And France, after scoring their goal, I'm a bit out of breath here, sorry. France, after scoring their goal, they kind of took their foot off the gas. Then Argentina scored two goals. I don't think they played too well. They looked a little bit better, especially because they had the ball a bit more. But they started with Messi as a false nine up front. A lot of argument that maybe Aguero should have started along with Messi. That's fair. I think it's a very fair argument. But if you look in the previous matches, like he didn't have as many touches as he normally would, and I think Sampaoli maybe, or maybe the squad, or maybe Messi himself, to get maybe more touches on the ball. They sort of played him false nine, so he'd be more involved in the game, which he was. But I think by his standards, and let's be very clear, Messi's a great player, so by his standards, I think he's been very average this game and very average this World Cup. Sometimes it's a little bit unfair on him as well because he's like all the burden is on Messi, right? Like people want Messi to do everything for Argentina. His teammates want him to do a lot for them, so he's always under a lot of pressure in that sense to perform. And when it doesn't go well, he does get criticized an awful lot. And he's going to be hammered in the press. Sampaoli is probably going to get kicked out, or he'll resign himself anyway. He said in an interview that he's going to think and make a decision, but I mean he's gone really. To be very honest, there's no way he's going to continue after this. And I mean, Argentina tactically, even though they set up in a 4-3-3 more or less, they weren't really cohesive because, like, when one midfielder, when Mascherano, who had an awful game again, when Banega, when anyone moved out of position, no one really backed them up. So there was always space in between the lines, in between the defense and the midfield lines, in between the midfielders. So whenever France had the ball, they either really brushed them aside pretty easily because they are a strong team in midfield, and they just found so much space to get the ball in turn. For the first goal for Argentina, like France, as I said, they were relaxing, so they didn't really press Di Maria. Beautiful goal. And then Pavard for France, what a goal that was, my God. Contender for goal of the tournament, really, what a goal, just struck it so sweetly. And I think if you read my tweets, and I think a lot of people also knew this, that if France turned up, they would hammer Argentina. If they turned up, Argentina stood no chance because they haven't defended as a team, they haven't attacked as a team. I was a bit impressed by Di Maria. I think especially after he got that goal, his confidence was good. He was really trying. Even though he threw in a couple of bad crosses, he was the one who was making runs, beating players, winning fouls. Messi, it was okay, but he was ineffective, really, if I'm going to be very honest. When you compare him to Ronaldo, I'm not saying who is better, but in the case like Ronaldo, when he's ineffective in the game, he's at least effective on set pieces. And Portugal know that, and they sort of use that as well. So, but in case of Messi, if you either stop the ball getting from him, or he lost the ball a lot this game already as well. If you look at the stats, he lost the ball, and even when he had the ball, it's not like he really helped his teammates create much either. You can argue, like, because you have Perez playing around them and you just have only Di Maria, who's probably skillful, and others are sitting on the bench, especially Aguero, Dybala. I think, like, if Messi is most likely going to retire, I think they should give Dybala a shot and maybe become more of a team. Another worry for Argentina is Aguero's getting older, Messi's getting older, Higuain's getting older. A lot of the players are getting older. So do they have the quality in the country of course, as an Indian, I can't talk much about that stuff, though. I think Indian football maybe in a couple of decades will get much better. But Argentinians, do they have the youngsters coming through? We can't see it in the current squad. So maybe after all the big players retire, maybe the golden generation that hasn't won anything retires, maybe it'll be a new lease of life for the Argentinians, and maybe they can be more of a team than just relying on the talents and being more of a team of individuals. But they've just not been good enough this tournament. I wanted France to win because I just simply believe Argentina haven't been good enough. They're not playing as a team to deserve to win, deserve to go to this tournament. Whereas France, even though I mean the group stage, they didn't really get out of second gear, and when they were 2 down today, they needed to, and they hammered them. They went 4-2. They could have scored a couple more, and Argentina's made it 4-3, which is amazing for the neutral to see 7 goals in a knockout game. But really, the game was done after 4-2. I was watching with friends, and we were just basically just chit-chatting normally after that because everybody could see the game was done at 4-2. But what a game, super exciting, 4-3, 7 goals in round of 16. France are favourites. Even if they come up against Brazil, it will, I think, be super, super tight game. Are they in the same? I think they're in the same draw as Brazil, aren't they? But they're certainly one of the favourites to reach the finals, along with likes of Brazil, Belgium. I don't think Spain will do it. But yeah, so exciting tournament. Waiting for Uruguay versus Portugal. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And just thank you for watching. As always, see you guys. Take care. Bye.